Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to crumb coat it. So I'll get my spatula and my buttercream frosting. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna thin this down. It's a little thick, so I'm gonna thin it down a little bit. Let me grab a bowl. Oops. Just added a little water to it is all I did. Thin it down. Okay. So we're going to just crumb coat this sucker. It's nice 6-inch cakes. They're easy to cover. They don't use a lot of materials. They feed a family of 4 perfectly, or 6. You can get, 6 good slices out of it, especially because this is so tall. Okay, so we're gonna do this top here, but make sure you don't fill in these creases. Okay, you wanna keep the creases. So try not to fill those in. You wanna crumb coat them, but don't fill them in. I forgot my acetate. I'll have to get my acetate. Not a big deal. And we're gonna get plenty of crumbs in this. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes while we roll out our red fondant. This is gonna be covered in red. So let me move this out of the way. Okay, I found my acetate, so I'm smoothing it down a little bit here. Getting it nice and smooth so I can get a nice smooth coating. And like I said, it doesn't have to be, it's not gonna be perfectly smooth because first of all, most of it's going to get covered up with the gold part of the crown, but the top of it, it's supposed to be fabric, so it's going to be bumpy. So it's nice. Don't worry about it being a little unsmooth, but it did smooth it a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside, and now I'm going to roll out my red. I have some satinized fondant here. Hopefully, red is notorious for cracking, so hopefully we will get it. Whoops. Because of all the dye that they have to put in it. So hopefully we'll get it on fast enough and won't have to struggle with it. It's a little stiff. All right, so when your fondant is really hard, and if you're just not having one of your really strong days, pop it in the microwave just for like 5 seconds or so. It heats from the inside out. So, but you don't want to cook it, so just give it like 5 seconds at a time, depending on the size that you've got. And that'll soften it up for you. Fortunately, this is actually pretty soft, so I'm going to be able to knead it without a problem, but a little bit of a problem. Work up those forearms. So you got to get this to working consistency. I know I need it like a bread baker. So the working consistency is where it starts to get elastic and stretchy. So you can feel as it gets softer and see how it's kind of breaking a little bit. You really want to get that a little more stretchy. So we're going to work it a little bit more. Now mine is not sticking to my counter. So if it does, use a little shortening. If it's sticky, like really humid sticky, use a little cornstarch or powdered sugar. But the more cornstarch and powdered sugar you use, the drier it gets. So with red, I try to avoid that. Red and black, purple. Working up calories. I'm working off calories. Panting. So it's getting stretchier. It's almost there. Okay, I think I'm about ready though. So we're just going to take a little shortening, put it on our hands to keep it from drying out. That needs it in. Needs it into our hands. Gets it on the counter, helps it to stop sticking. Okay, no gym tonight. I've had my 5-minute workout. Woohoo! All right, I'm good. It's not quite, see how it's very stretchy now? It's good enough.